As we approach this season's final update 33.30, Chapter 6 Season 2's already being leaked from the official theme and items being unvaulted reflecting this, the story going forward and this season's mini-event to end off this season, which is already 70% complete. Not to mention a bunch more crazy details with the start of OG Season 2, so make sure you're sticking around until the end. Trust me, you won't want to miss this one today. Don't forget I'm an official Epic partner, so before you pick anything up from the shop, make sure to enter code FM1 inside there, being one of the shortest and easiest codes to enter, only 3 digits long. It would mean the world to me and my dog Charlie the Charcoal Pug, and despite us getting a giant cutout to show our love to the FM1 squad, I got him a plushy Peely, just to give him some extra appreciation, so yeah, get entering. Last video I wanted to know the name of this, and here's a bunch of Legends hearted comments that got that right. Today, however, I want to know the name of this, so let me know down below in the comments, and if it gets hearted, it could be showed on screen in the next video, so make sure you're subscribed with all those noties on now, as we also try and give different subscribers every single day, like you can see these on screen here. Diving straight into it all before we get into the Chapter 6 Season 2 stuff and the mini-event, or how that's going to be shaping the theme of next season, or what that is. We have some breaking news on the Zapotron returning in Fortnite OG before Season 2 releases, which obviously got revealed by Epic Games. As Hypex posted, the Zapotron is most likely returning tomorrow, which will be today when you're watching, for the remaining 2 days of Fortnite OG Season 1. Damage 50 to 150 body, 125 to 375 head, and 1000 builds. And like shown in the original clip of this in the original Fortnite Season 1, back in Chapter 1, of course it has 2 seconds charging time for more damage. Despite this footage back then being the only legitimate gameplay of it being introduced to Battle Royale, even though it was a mistake, it got updated in the game files in 33.20, the version we're currently in, before 33.30, the final update, which is seen on screen right now thanks to data miners, which honestly looks so strange to see. Speaking of the next update though, and the fact we had a lot scheduled going forward, or specific dates, as it was previously determined by data miners the 4th of February for 33.30, we all know this is wrong, as not only leakers have posted since Fortnite v33.30 has been added onto the staging servers on January 22nd, it's expected to release on the 31st for the launch of Chapter 1 Season 2 OG, with Fortnite further confirming this and the fact that there's no delays to Chapter 1 Season 2 OG, with clear your plans for January 31st, we're going full tilt, with the 3 new skins in the Chapter 1 Season 2 OG pass landing down at Tilted, which in case you don't know, on the left is a remix version of the Black Knight, a remix version of the iconic Cuddle Team leader, and then in the background, very distant, is a remix Sparkle Specialist. This means there's less than 72 hours now to actually complete your OG pass for Chapter 1 Season 1, and also simultaneously means there's only that matter of hours left, 72, or until January 31st, for when the OG Season shop will be vaulted once again, so make sure you've got that Renegade Raider and at least have one version of it, as the OG styles being granted to players who had it back in the original Chapter 1 Season 1 have been leaked, and based off the colour scheme or style of these, of course, we can expect this to be applied to the Raider's Revenge and Aerial Assault 1 glider in spring, according to the article when these cosmetics returned in the OG shop actually initially dropped. Don't forget I'm an Epic partner, and to enter code FM1 for when picking any of these up last minute, or the OG Season 2 pass, thanks. Despite Tilted Towers returning as also shown in the key art for Chapter 1 Season 2 OG, though, we're getting 4 other locations: Haunted Hills, Junk Junction, Snobby Shores, and Shifty Shafts. Not to mention the Victory Umbrella's already been put into the files in this update version 33.20, which I'm pretty sure you'll have seen in my other videos, but obviously complements some OG cosmetics from the original Chapter 1 Season 2 Battle Pass, being this Batbling's shield graphic. So as we say goodbye to the most OG version of Fortnite Chapter 1 Season 1, we also need to say goodbye, or start to Godzilla, which will be removed from Battle Royale's map after Friday's downtime, the 31st of January, according to a Fortnite employee. As of now, it's just a theory, but they conveniently left out Kong when talking about this, so maybe as he's useless on the island now in this giant form, he actually comes to more of a forefront in terms of being able to become him like we can Godzilla through a portal as a mythic boss. After all, we still have a bunch of different usable gameplay mechanics leaked for Boss Kong as early as last year, posted by data miners that haven't come to the game yet. And despite Boss Godzilla leaving, don't worry, you'll still be able to unlock all the cosmetics until February 21st, when Chapter 6 Season 2 releases surrounding Godzilla, as he's the secret or unlockable skin this entire season. And speaking of this type of skin, the secret or unlockable one, as we know Epic Games love to make a collab, we may know what it is for Chapter 6 Season 2, but you'll have to find out that in just a second. So just before we hop onto the story, some more breaking news is a free pickaxe is being given out to anyone who obtained its Batbling from the the OG Cup a few days ago, being this Surging Edge pickaxe. The description's very interesting, part of the Fox Clan set, and obviously we know Fox Clan have returned in this ancient Japanese theme reality. And another free cosmetic is a new free FNCS skin bundle earned via Ace's Wildcard FNCS Cup, which is a solo tournament and starting on February 1st and will be sold in the shop at a later date, but it basically looks like a remix version of the Wildcard initial high stakes skin introduced, I believe, in Chapter 1 Season 5. Speaking of cosmetics coming to the shop that are free for some players, of course that pickaxe that is being granted now is in a shop bundle for Surge. The crazy thing about this is you can get the Surge skin for 300 V-Bucks if you manage to get just 40 points in the OG Cup a few days ago if you participated and obviously earned that amount. Typically skins on their own aren't under 800 V-Bucks, so this is definitely a really good deal. You'll also notice from the overall aesthetic that this skin looks like that of a member of the Fox Clan, which obviously is to do with this new reality we've just entered again and the storyline going forward, which for those that don't know, you really should, as it was shown at the start of the cinematic trailer for Chapter 6 Reality 783. At the beginning of this we saw the aftermath of the remix finale event, of course, with the 0 point shard throughout that actually travelling around in the sky if you have a good eye for detail or manage to catch what seemed to be a shooting star in many of the scenery. Fortnite seems to be all connected or predicted the future way in advance, as this is the reality where Megacity was rifted out from in Chapter 4 and plonked onto that island as a new POI. After all, it matches the Japanese kind of scenery or theme we see in Chapter 6 so far. And speaking of the future, our now main protagonist Hope, which was made clear in many moments of Chapter 5, especially the Doctor Doom cinematic, giving major main character vibes. In Chapter 2 Remix, despite there seeming like no story was there before the event itself or even during it, as it was a huge concert, Hope was leaving behind voice recordings to her sister Valerie and admitted that she's able to tell the future or paint the future. Either way, the future, when she actually starts drawing, only shows up in her paintings or drawings. A visual showcase of this is the fact that Hope and both Jones, her sidekick now as she's the main character, went into the Chapter 6 reality out of the finale Chapter 2 Remix event before the 0 point shard of course entered Reality 783 and crashed into the ground, which awakened the Spirit World portals, allowing many characters that have been trapped, or demons even, to roam the island. As we see in the trailer firsthand, the Night Rose obviously causing havoc on the new Chapter 6 island. The reason for this attention is maybe because she's trying to reach out to someone and share her story, as she was previously possessed by a powerful Oni as we see her on the island as now. It seems she's trying to get free from this possession, but it's not easy with the island's magic back, of course with the Spirit Realm being awakened through this portal and Shogun X being the giant boss that obviously guards it. The reason for Shogun X obviously wanting to guard the portals on the island was revealed his intentions in the Chapter 6 blog post. As it states, Shogun X's purpose on the island is basically to drain it of its newfound magic energy or reinstated energy. The 0 point is finally back after being terrified the last time we physically saw it on the island in Chapter 4 Season 3 Wilds, where it was basically destroying the island itself single-handedly, so we had to go back in time to the original OG month-long season, but with a single fragment of it that we definitely know of now back hitting the island, awakening the Spirit Realm. Of course, the 0 point not only has a lot to do with the story going forward, but these portals. And apparently to do with the story going forward and these portals, Epic added a data layer that can disable the snow portal at any time, which is making leakers believe that it might be related to the mini-event, which is pretty much confirmed we're seeing this season according to Hypex yesterday on January 26th. Possible mini-event coming soon. Fortnite says 2 updates are coming within 5 days, Chapter 1 Season 2 on January 31st and another on February 4th. For some reason, they're avoiding launching Chapter 1 Season 2 with that Feb 4th update, maybe a build-up / countdown or something else. Maybe a countdown like we've seen in previous mini-events above where it's happening is added in 33.30 straight after downtime, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Maybe it's added on February 4th. Speaking of February upcoming, the crew pack obviously got officially announced from Fortnite that we already knew to be this character, obviously largely appealing to the demonic theme or kind of ancient Japan mythology vibe we've got going on in Chapter 6 Season 1. And the craziest part about the Fortnite crew, despite it giving us access to all the passes, is that it's going to be mega for the month of February, not only granting the pass for Chapter 1 Season 2 OG, but Chapter 6 Season 2 also on February 21st. And before we get into the specifics about Chapter 6 Season 2 and the Battle Pass skins that are meant to be upcoming, in terms of the Fortnite crew, despite it being an incredibly good deal right now, which I don't know if you're not subscribed why you aren't, Epic Games are still looking to improve it, as they sent out a Fortnite survey a few days ago with the following suggestions: access to some emotes while you are a subscriber, access to a selection of prior crew cosmetics, more or increasing cosmetics each month, more or increasing V-Bucks each month, discounted multi-month purchase, battle pass levels each month, benefits in other games, crew exclusive quests, and an account profile profile flair. My only worry, like many other people, if they do this or implement some even off this list, is they potentially increase the price for the Fortnite monthly crew subscription. And despite it standing at a very good deal, talking specifically about what's going to be at the end of February, coming Chapter 6 Season 2 in the Battle Pass, or the skins we'll be receiving. In case you didn't know, we have a bunch of confirmed information that we know so far about this upcoming season, reflecting a theme which obviously then will determine Battle Pass skins themselves. The first one being C4, that's going to be unvaulted. Of course, this is an item that was introduced way back in Chapter 1, with this being the initial trailer. A gameplay feature codenamed Robbery Gameplay, giving major Heist vibes, combined with the previous leak of C4 being unvaulted. A new item related to the chainsaw/ripsaw launcher Spikebird, which may be used to cut into protected territories, kinda like robbing a bank, again another heist-like theme. And then the hookshot mobility item, which makes me believe it's going to be similar to the hook tow item from Chapter 5 Season 3 that we saw introduced. Data miners have straight up said it themselves, Chapter 6 Season 2 is likely heist themed. There are many new POIs, mechanics and collaborations planned, with an article attached that we're about to dive into. Just before we open that, as they've previously just remixed our first ever Agents and Spies or heist themed season, Chapter 2 Season 2. Don't forget about the two factions that made all of this possible, Ghost and Shadow, and in order to make another agent themed season successful, they'll need to replicate this again, which it looks like they're doing on the Fortnite surveys, with all of these skins with similar logos in the chest. Whether these specific skins are added or not, it's safe to say many on the Fortnite surveys that are right in front of our eyes now, as there's literally so many unreleased, will be coming to the game to make up the 8 that we see. From opening the article, as I previously mentioned, it states, according to the latest Fortnite leaks by data miners such as SamLeaks, Chapter 6 Season 2 will reintroduce a robbery gameplay feature where players must heist several locations around the island. Furthermore, items like C4 and EMP grenades are also rumoured to return to add to that gameplay. It then follows up with, however, talking about new content, a new collab related to the Ripsaw launcher will be added alongside a new hookshot mobility item that we already mentioned to move around the map in style, but then states more interestingly, regarding seasonal collaborations, one of the rumoured ones is with King of the Hill, with potential rumours about Demon Slayer, James Bond and Devil May Cry and more. Like we mentioned previously in the video about Godzilla being this season's secret or collaboration skin, and Epic Games love to make these skins with their own section actual collaborations, it wouldn't surprise me, based off the demon theme that we have this season, that an anime collab, obviously because they go down so well, is introduced to Chapter 6 Season 2 secret skin being Demon Slayer, that many people have made concepts of already. Or what could also make sense is James Bond, based off previous leaks, as this appeals to the spy or agent themed season that we're going to be seeing. Drop a like if you're hyped for next season already, subscribe for more with all notifications turned on so you don't miss any future uploads, but most importantly, don't forget I'm an Epic partner, so enter code FM1 in the shop now or the next time you log on. After all, nobody else is doing it like me and Charlie the Charcoal Pug with a giant cutout of our code. It's the only place you'll see this on YouTube, to simply show our love back to you guys rocking it in our community, the FM1 squad. In terms of where you go to now, click either of these two videos YouTube's recommended you on screen. It's a good suggestion whilst you wait for that next upload I do publish here on the channel.